Hello, welcome to another video of About Koi. And in this video, as you already can see, I'm going to discuss the Karashigoi variety. Now, Karashigoi, as you can see, is like a yellowish or mustard color looking koi. And it very much looks like the Chagoi, but it is more yellowish. And it also has a lot of characteristics of the Chagoi. So, for example, what you can see is that Chagoi are really a peaceful variety, really a calm variety, and also one of the koi that probably is the first, when you give them something to eat, well, they are just always the first ones that come to the feed. And also typical for Chagoi and also for Karashigoi, so this variety is that it is really easy to hand feed them. And what is so nice about that is that usually all the other koi in your pound will also join them. So if you want your koi to become very tame, then Karashigoi really is a good pick and really is something you should look for. Now, Karashigoi is mono-colored. And of course you've already seen that. So it has one color. And what is, well, maybe nice to know as well is that Karashi means like yellowish or mustard. Actually it means mustard. And Goi, so Karashigoi, means that it is mono-colored. So Karashigoi are yellowish looking koi, mustard color looking koi. But what you can see is that there actually are a lot of differences. And these Karashigoi are from the Izumiya Koi Farm in a Tosai, so they are in their first year. And you can already see, even though it is the same parent koi, same breeder, that there are a lot of differences. Some ones, like these two, they are more, well, really light color yellow. And there are also some, for example this one, a little bit more intensive, more yellowish looking. So yeah, there are some differences in the color. And besides color, there can be more differences in Karashigoi, because you can have Doitsu Karashigoi. So Doitsu Karashigoi, I'm not able to show it in this video, but a Doitsu is a koi that has no scales, or only a few scales on the sides of the koi. And these are all wagoi. So wagoi means they are fully scaled, like a normal fish. So they have all the scales. Then there is Ginrin Karashigoi. So Ginrin would be if there are like small, shiny, reflecting scales. We call that Ginrin. And you've probably seen them before. What is also one of the reasons why a lot of people tend to go for a Karashigoi is, well, I have to say one of the reasons why I do by myself enjoy Karashigoi is that I really like this light color yellow. I really like that together with, for example, a Kohaku, Karashigoi or a Showa. So the red and the white and the black really matches. Yeah, I like it at least when one Karashigoi is swimming in the middle of a lot of Gosanka. But one of the main reasons why people buy them is because this variety is very tame. Really a peaceful variety, easy to hand feed them, so that makes them enjoyable, really nice when you sit next to your pound, that you can feed them out of your hand. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is that people enjoy it when koi get really big, and that was a jumper. At least he's still in. The growth rate of Karashigoi is really large, so they can grow really quickly. Koi like this of Izumiya or Konishi, Marudo is also one of these breeders that is breeding Karashigoi that can get very large. But in the end, most Karashigoi are from the Konishi bloodline. For example, Marudo is also breeding with a combination of Konishi parent. And the growth rate can be like 1 cm or even 1.5 cm each week during the summertime. So when they grow in like 24 degrees, good protein containing food based on fish meal, they can go very quickly. And that is Well, if you want a big koi, Karashigoi is a good choice. It will grow large, it won't be shy, it will come to you directly when you are near the pound. So all nice characteristics of this variety. So I believe together with the Chagoi, also Sorogoi by the way, and the Karashigoi are the best koi to get when you want a koi that is tame and that you can feed out of your hand. Now, some of you have asked me, and also other people have asked me, like, what do we have to look for when I want to get a good Karashigoi? What are typical aspects to take into account? So, I want to cover that a little bit as well in this video. So, take in mind that it is my personal opinion, of course. But I'm going to try to explain which aspects I at least look for when I want to select good Karashigoi. And one of the main things I always start with is the color. Because personally, I think it is most important that the color matches what you are searching for. And for me personally, that is as light as possible. So for example, this Karashigoi, for me it is a little bit too yellowish. If you compare it, for example, with this one, there's quite a difference. So I really prefer the lighter looking ones. So for example, this one is also a little bit too dark in my opinion. This one is too yellowish in my opinion. Regarding color, these three are way better. The other two also. Just as light as possible. That's the first thing I always start with. So I make sure that the color is matching what I want. And also take into account that, for example, this more yellowish looking Karashigoi, it happens that when a koi like this is in an outside pound, that it will become a little bit darker yellowish because of the sunlight. So point 2 that I look for on Karashigoi is the intensity of the color. I want it to be equal over the entire body of the Karashigoi. And with intensity I mean, I'm trying to find one example because I think I've seen it already. Let me see, this one for example. What you can see on this Karashigoi, and I will try to zoom in so you are better able to see it. So at first sight it looks quite okay, but when you look at the sides, I'm not sure if it will be very well visible, but you can see that for example on this side, it's not really a tame Karashigoi for a Karashi at least, here is a more yellowish looking scale, and what I want to be sure about is that all scales have the same intensity. So that's one point to look for. Also, if you look at this one, you can see it more clearly as well. So the sides, it looks like there are differences in the yellow color. The intensity is not the same on each scale. So important for me as well. Then the third point, which is also a little bit related to the second point I mentioned, is you don't want yellow or orange dots that are visible on the skin. So with one, for example, I think it is this Karashi that I already showed you. It has one scale on the side that is deeper yellow. Well, I just don't want that, because if it already has the deeper yellow spots at this age, well, I'm quite sure if it gets older that it will get more of these small dots. Then the fourth point is you don't want any black visible on a Karashigoi. Now, Karashigoi are not really, it usually doesn't happen that they get shimmies, so small black spots. But at least you don't want any to be visible. So pay a little bit of attention to it, that it doesn't have any spots. The fifth point that I look for are Ginrin scales. And Ginrin scales are, I will show that to you because this one has a Ginrin scale right in your face, to call it like that. So if I zoom in, you can see that here on the shoulder is a Ginrin scale visible. Well, it is okay to me when some Ginrin scales are visible. Usually it's around this area that some Ginrin scales are there. But I don't really like it when they have it in this shoulder section. And the reason for that is, you will always see it. So when a Karashigoi becomes larger, also the Ginrin spot will become larger. So I don't want Ginrin spots to be visible on this shoulder section, at least not there. And well, a really small spot would be okay maybe, but at least not big spots. So this one clearly has one. I will just leave it there. Also this one probably with two small Ginrin spots. This one has it as well. Also the one with the darker color, so I probably would have left it already. And the last one, the last aspect I also pay attention to is that the scalation is well placed. So they are all wagoi, so they are fully scaled. But what I pay attention for is that especially on this part, like the jitai area, so the backbone, I want to make sure that all scales are placed correctly, so all in one line. And sometimes you can see that some scales are a little bit misplaced, and well, I personally prefer it to be really nicely aligned. Yeah, and especially for a Karashigoi, a monocolored koi, I want to be sure that that is looking good. Now there is one thing that I didn't talk about yet, and that is the body posture. Body posture is really, really important for one colored koi. You want a good looking body, a nice jitai, so a good backbone area, this area. You want a strong tail. And there are several other factors, but I don't want to cover that in this video. What I will do is I put a link in the description of a video of Shiro Utsuri's selection and also the aspects that I look for during the selection of Shiro Utsuri, where I cover the body aspects in detail. So if you want to know more about the body aspects that you have to look for on the selection of any koi actually, so not especially Karashigoi, you can watch that video, and I'm sure you are going to get some good insights out of that video. So I would like to thank you for watching, and hopefully this was also enjoyable and gave you some new insights about Karashigoi variety and also which aspects that you should look for when you want to select a good one. So again, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.